Hello everyone, welcome to True Mother's Tears. My name is Zainab and please move away, it's not your video. My name is Zainab and I'm the owner of this video.
Okay.
And then she's...
I'm what?
Introduce yourself.
Anyway, my name is Joy. I'm my neighbor. I'm one of my few friends. She doesn't have friends. I'm my only friend in this our Obodo Nigeria.
Okay, I hear you. So today we're talking about... She's a very good friend and she has plenty of things up there. That's why sometimes I want to bring her to come and talk with me so that she bring down those things that she has up there. And then I would have talked about this topic. It was something I wanted to talk about when it was trending, but I don't know where she carried herself to. And she was far away. And I was waiting for her to come back. She just came back. So please, thank her for coming back and gracing our video with us. Let me thank her. So today we're going to talk about domestic violence. And this is a topic I feel, when people talk about, some people cringe and many people want to, enter into the sofa and don't want things discussed. But whether we like it or not, it's something we have to discuss because it caused so much pain in so many homes. It has led to loss of lives, it has turned children to orphans, and it has made mothers to lose their children at a very young, their daughters or sons at a very young age, and it has broken so many people to a state that they can never get back themselves. So we want to look at it. We want to, just put our one or two together and let's rub mind and see why does it happen and how we can avoid it. So let me start. Please, can you just start?
Okay. So
talk about domestic violence.
Domestic violence is, not just a situation where the husband is beating the wife or the wife is beating the husband. It could be between a boss and a housemaid.
Yeah.
So domestic violence in no way is this right. No way. There's no how you want to roll it around, you want to go left and right and try to justify whatever it is. It's not justifiable. It is something that is wrong, and when something is wrong, it is wrong. So if as a man you are, or as a woman you are eating your husband, let me give you an example. I know of a friend of mine that said, he's married and his wife would, when they get into arguments and everything, she would get super violent and to mess up the house. She would bust up the house, like you would buy a new TV, she would break it.
Wow.
She would break up everything. She would do a lot of things in the house. And obviously the guy is, as a gentleman, is trying so hard not to beat this girl. Do you understand?
And then she takes advantage of that.
And because of that, even does more, and she wants him to beat her. Obviously he was advised to leave the marriage because that's, somebody
taking so much emotional strength.
Yeah, somebody that is making you, that wants to turn you into who you are not.
And then another thing I want us to look at is, I always talk about upbringing of children. We need to really look at the way we bring up. In my last video, I was like, be more intentional in bringing up our kids. Sometimes there's a way our kids react to each other, especially for those of us that have boy and girl. There's a way, like I have a son that sometimes gets angry at the sister and on very little things. And I'm wondering why he has to always get angry. This is your only sister, and small thing you are getting angry and you're shouting and all that. So several times I had to sit him down and I took it to the extreme of domestic violence. And I was telling him, do you want to grow up and have a wife that you'll be beating? Do you want to grow up and have a wife that you'll be shouting at the way you're shouting on your sister? Because your sister is what you used to learn how you will deal with a wife, And there was a time I was talking with my younger sister, and she heard their conversation and she asked me to give him the phone. And then she was telling him that your sister is never going to keep quiet. She will always talk. It's for you to learn not to reply her or not to want to hit her to the extent that she start running around and you'll be chasing her. So it's a whole lot. There is at that age.
Also, like upbringing matters.
Yes, upbringing
Especially,
matters
okay,
a lot.
for somebody like a child that grew up in a domestic, a
An
house that
abusive
is,
home.
yes,
He's not going to know anything
he's
different.
used to seeing daddy beat mommy.
Then that's why that's another thing of parents. When you are getting physical with your spouse, just know that it's not your spouse alone you are hurting. You're also destroying your kids. You're destroying him. And because it might get to a point, you will do it the first time and they will feel hurt that you did it to their mom. And then if you keep doing it, in as much as they feel that it's wrong, you're also sending a message to them that it's okay to do it, especially when the mother stays and then maybe after a while they see two of you together. So they feel that's how life is.
Yeah.
Husband and wife fight. And then the next time they can be together laughing and making it look as if it's cool.
Let's talk about this Osinachi
Matter of snatching.
Yeah. So this gospel woman, Osinachi, that sings,
Gospel singer.
Gospel singer. I love her songs, and based
No,
on the way
introduce the
she
story
sings,
now.
Okay, I'm trying to do that. So like, based on the way she sings, you never know that she's going through such a thing in her marriage. So apparently she's been married to this man for years and they have four kids together. Mm-hmm. But this man has been physically abusive to her most of the marriage, to the point that they apparently, according to the boys, the mother, her son, they said that he beat her up in front of them. In fact, he tied their mother and asked them to beat her and send them down from our own car in the middle of the night when they were going home. All those maltreatment.
So imagine what a child will feel. You didn't just beat the mother in his presence. You also gave him the opportunity to get physical too. Yeah. So do you know the amount of destruction?
So that is a crazy man. Now, as much as a lot of people are saying, oh my God, I feel for Osinachi, blah, blah, blah. I am sorry. I found it very difficult. I found it very difficult to feel for Osinachi. Unpopular opinion. I found it very hard to feel like, oh my God, I know she's a victim. But at the same time, you have the opportunity to walk away. Apparently, this is not the first time this man is sending her to the hospital. He has done it before. It's not like the first time he sent you to the hospital. For somebody to be able to send you to the hospital,
beat you to the point
that you are going to
hospital,
hospital, you should know that this thing can kill you, and it's everywhere. People talk about this thing, and I've seen it that once one person dies and it's news, is a celebrity, it becomes rampant for that moment.
After why it dies down.
Nobody
remembers
it.
Life continues. People keep getting emotionally
why
abused.
Would you, a man, ask your children to beat you and you still stay there?
Do you know sometimes it's not only about the beating.
Wait, apart from that, it's not like she doesn't have money. It's not like she's broke. She's even the breadwinner of the family. What exactly is her excuse to still stay in that marriage?
Madam, I want to be married. Not everybody, let's face facts. Truly speaking, not everybody wants to be divorced. Not everybody wants to walk away. But my dear, we have seen not one, not two, not three examples on why you should walk away when you still have your life inside of you. Mm-hmm. And another thing, even if you don't walk away for life, walk away for a while.
She did.
Let the person.
I think she didn't
walk away long enough. Let the person see your value in his or her own life. And if the person, now if you decide to go back to the marriage, it will be on your own terms and conditions, which you will make the person know. And then you keep reiterating it if things that made you to leave in the first place are trying to crop up. Yes. You now say it. Please, I made it clear on the reasons why I'll be back. And those reasons that I told you to avoid, seem to want to find their way back into the house. So it's either you avoid them or I walk away for life.
Yes.
Please, we're having so many of these cases where at the end of the day, we are talking in aftermath. So before we start talking in aftermath, if you know that you are presently going through it, I know that not everybody will want to talk. Not everybody will have the courage to come out and say, people help me. Yes, we agree. You on your own, try to gather that courage to help yourself. Because, my dear, there was a case of a woman that I know. She's a good friend. And I told her husband, she has, we women now have that mouth. And then when she starts, the man will not know this. She was married to somebody that we all presume was a very nice guy. We knew he was a nice guy, but we didn't know that aspect of him getting physical. So when she starts, even to me as a friend, when she starts, I'm like, and then she will give you that same energy. She will use it to give it to the man. The man cannot hold himself. Bah! So it got to a point she had her first child. And then she was still in it. The thing was escalating. So I called her and said, for this child alone, for this son not to be seeing what his father is doing to you, please monitor this situation. Because you know that the husband was a nice person. Maybe that was just the only aspect where he was found wanting. You know that it's your mouth that triggered that part. I'm not saying just walk away. You monitor your mouth. Monitor your mouth. And then stop it. So she says she's very temperamental, she's this, she's that. And I was, okay, you are not a married woman. There are so many things you need to leave so that it doesn't get to that stage.
Like I said in the beginning, I said that there's no excuse.
I'm not saying there's an excuse. But if
I
you now say for every...
But let us also put it from the men's perspective and say, if your wife is abusing you verbally, you feel like he's abusing you, you cannot take it. She wants to turn you into a devil that you are not. Walk away from the marriage as well.
That's what we're saying.
So, no, it's not enough reason for you to not be beating somebody's child.
No, beating. Imagine somebody beats your daughter. Will you say, in fact, let's even personalize it. I think more like, let's personalize it. If we say, if we say, okay, maybe because you did this, you did that. Imagine if it was your daughter. Somebody beat her blue black. And then will you come and say, oh, it was because of your mouth that made them to beat you blue black. I am sure there's no parent that will agree to that. There's no parent that will come and meet his or her daughter in a very bad state, maybe with bleeding nose and swollen gums, swollen cheeks, and then you'll be like, you got what you deserve. It's your mouth that carried you to this level. It's true. You're not able to take that. I will not take it. I am sure nobody outside will take it. So sometimes, maybe when we turn the table to ourselves and try to connect with what it feels to be in that position, then we'll act better.
Like that's Osinachi's case now. I don't want to sound insensitive. Like, I know people are going through stuff, and I know that maybe the society as well plays a major role as to why a lot of women
want to hold on,
stay in marriage, because especially like for Osinachi, she's the gospel singer, the Christian community frown at divorce. So she feels like maybe that would affect her ministry as as a gospel singer, and because of that, she decides, I'd rather just stay here and cope with it than, But I feel like,
truly, let's look at it. Takes a lot away when there's no manual to this thing. When we look at it, possibly she was looking at if she goes. We're talking about this because she's dead now. There are so many Osinachis outside that are still going through even worse than Osinachi went through. And maybe they are looking out for the day he will repent and turn a new leaf. And they're also praying for that day. Possibly she put all her eggs or all her options and weighed them. I leave this man. I'm divorced. I will no longer be heard. My voice will be played down. I won't be in the society, I won't be valuable, the position I'm giving today will be obsolete, Option 1. Option 2, I stay in the marriage, I pray for a better tomorrow, I pray for a changed man, and I'm still valuable in the society. And then she chose to pick option B. So sometimes the repercussion of the options we take, it comes
See,
when it's
society will adjust. I'm talking to you that you're listening and you're watching us and you're going through this. The society will adjust. They'll be alright. Do you understand? But your life,
it's not like
the life of the child, your children, because not only are you ruining your life, you're ruining the life of your kids. You're making them grow up to see a monster and to believe that is how a monster will be. You are telling your daughter that it's okay, a man can eat you, you guys will patch it up. You use the foundation, cover your eye, nobody will see.
Makeup.
My dear, for your own sanity, in society they will be okay.
Or another point we need to make is we need to reorient ourselves. We, the society, we need to reorient ourselves to accept a woman's position or a man's position when it comes to marriage.
It's
if somebody decides to leave a marriage, like I always say, before a woman, some people will say, hey, why did she decide to leave the marriage? She didn't work on it enough. I used to say, before a woman will decide to leave a marriage, a man she loved at the beginning with the kids, then you should know that it was the last option of her mind. She would have tried everything possible to make that marriage work. It was, in most cases, so I'm not saying in every case, in most cases, she should have tried everything to make the marriage work, because every woman wants to be under the same roof with her husband and kids. But in a situation when you see the thing dragging your life with you, or dragging your happiness with you, or dragging your sanity with you, then the woman might choose to leave. And it is for all of us to stop judging. It is for all of us, I'm saying it now, including myself, including you, for all of us to stop judging and always give the person a soft landing.
I mean,
someone,
for instance, like the society. Okay, so there's this girl that came out one time, like Lil Frosh, or there's a rapper called Lil Frosh that he beat her up and all that, So, they say all these girls that just sleep with guys around, but you see, the truth is, we need to stop judging other people's decisions and lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's not your life. You don't know. You
don't have the full details.
Yeah, you've not walked in their shoes, so you can't really judge. So, and look at this girl now came out and she was like, people are bashing her. She wish she never came out to talk about, a situation. It's very unfair the way you do it. You be the one that will say, why did she leave? And then when she died, you say, why did she stay? Please, please let us stop. Let's talk to
ourselves. Let's talk to ourselves and always try to hold back from judging, because it's this judgment that have actually held so many people on. Yes. Some people don't even want to take remedial action in trying to make their spouse change. They just feel like maybe if I take that step, he might decide to leave me, and then you stay there. And if I leave the marriage, people will call me names, people will say I'm a divorcee, people will do this, people will do that. Please, maybe I'm sure by the time we the society work on ourselves, people will find it easier to come out and take a decision, either to walk away or there are different ways of working on a marriage. It might not be to walk away alone. Sometimes you might see cancel, you might see, we all know the different ways.
Well, I've noticed something. A lot of times, these people, they don't seek help, they don't seek counsel, they don't do anything, they just tell you, I will stop doing it. Why do you think you have the power to stop doing it? A lot of times, it's because you can't control yourself. That's why you beat up somebody's child. So if you leave your marriage because a man is beating you, if he refuses to see a specialist, if he refuses to get counseling, don't go back to him. Don't go back to him. Most of these people, they are sick in the head. They are not okay. It's mentally. Mentally they are not okay. Even some women are because for you, you know, it gets to a point the victims become codependent on their abusers. So it's difficult for them to live as well. You yourself,
Most cases,
you
that's
need
what
to
happens.
go and see a psychologist, a psychiatrist to help you too, because you yourself, you need counseling. When you are going through domestic violence, you need to see a therapist. You need help as well. Sometimes it's not just about the physical, it's about the emotional everything.
Abuse,
you
that's
know,
put you through.
you're
Or
already
emotional
in
damage.
a bondage. You're already like, you need help even to be in a normal relationship again. So God help us, you know, God help us all.
So we have aired our view on domestic violence, and we're ending with, what are you ending with?
Well, I'm ending with the society will be okay, with heart. Whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is you're going through, as a woman, if your husband is beating you, please leave the marriage. If you have tried all your best and it's not changing, and as a man, if you're also going through that, where your wife is maybe hurting you or verbally hurting you and making you want to become something that you're not, please also separate yourself from such a person, because peace of mind
It's very important.
very, there's nothing as important as peace of mind. Okay.
So, okay, I want to end with we're all from, many of us are from a family structure. We didn't just fall from the sky. So no matter what you're going through, find that one person that you trust, that you trust, and you should talk to the person. And then if you feel someone, like I said, someone that you trust guided you the right way, that kind of person, you should know that his or her advice will go the right way. So follow that person's advice. Get a therapist to speak with both you and your husband, or both husband and wife, whichever one is the case. But whatever it is, please always let your family be involved when you get to situations like that. Don't be in it alone, and don't go through it alone and keep them isolated, because at the end of the day, if something happens to you, they'll blame themselves for not being involved so much as to know what you have been going through. Please stay blessed until we get to see another video from us. Have a nice day. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever there's a new video from us, and give us a thumbs up. Please. Okay, so have a nice day.
Bye.